We've already covered more and all done. A few other great starter signs are please. Please is just a flat hand, make a circle on the chest. Very much like more and all done, you can use it throughout the day because you'll know from context what your child wants and all they have to do is sign please. The sign for food, it's just bringing your hand to the mouth. Food and eating is the same sign. The sign for milk is very iconic. It's like you're milking a cow. For moms who nurse, go with one hand because it's just more subtle when your kid comes up to you like this versus this.
Mama's little baby likes milk, milk, milk. Mama's little baby likes milk, milk, milk.
Then the sign for drink. You mimic a cup, you bring it to your mouth. That's drink. Then the sign for water. It's a W shape and you tap it by your chin. That's water. The sign for change, as in changing a diaper, you turn your wrists back and forth like this. That's change. And then this is the sign for diaper. It goes open and close, right by where your belt loops would be.
Can you do the sign for change?
The sign for up, you just point up. Sign for down is the opposite, so it's up and down. Then the sign for bath, you have two thumbs up and you scrub like this. The sign for clean, it's just like this, cleaning up. So you would use that for putting toys away, wiping a surface, and also for wiping faces.
Wash hands.
The sign for pacifier, you have a thumb up, move it like this by the mouth. The sign for play, thumb and a pinky, shake it side to side. It's also the sign for party. Then the sign for music. It's one arm out and then back and forth like this. That's music.
Sam, what's the sign for music?
Good.
The sign for book. I like using this sign better than the sign for reading. This is reading, but for little hands, this is harder than this. The sign for poop. You have one thumb out, wrap your other hand around it, pull it out. That's poop. For families who do elimination communication, who potty train from birth, this is a really important sign to use. This is poop, this is wet. Then the sign for friend, you crisscross two fingers. That's a friend. Along the same lines as is share. Friend and share are good signs to use around 16 months. Generally, kids start having some sharing issues around 18 months or 19 months, so you want to preempt that by teaching them the signs and the skill before it becomes an issue. So by giving them a couple of toys and asking them to share with a friend or share with mom, they can learn that skill and understand those signs. That way, a little bit later on, when they're 18, 19 months, if there is an issue, you can revert back to that and ask them to share, and they'll actually be able to understand you and apply what you taught them. The sign for help, you have a flat hand out. This mimics a person, and then it goes, I help you, you help me. Most of the time with babies, it just sort of becomes like this. They tap their hand. That's help. Ariana? Oh. Can you show me play? Oh.
Help. Good girl.
You need help? Ready? Need help, please? Can you say please? Thank you. Okay, I'll help you. Here you go. I'll help you with one leg. Can you get the other one over? There you go. The sign for hurt or pain. You twist two fingers, you point to where it hurts. So that's a headache, earache, tummy ache. The sign for sleep, you run your hand over your face. That's sleep. You can also use the sign for bed. Either one will work. I like this one slightly better because most kids, when they're tired, they'll touch their face. It's something they naturally do anyway. So you might as well teach them to do that on purpose. Sign for love or hug. It's like this. It's the same sign for love or hug. The whole sentence would be, I love you. You love me. The sign for thank you is like this, just a hand away from the chin. Thank you. The sign for grandma. You have your hand out, and then it's 2 hops. Grandma. This is grandpa. The way it works in American Sign Language is that every generation gets a hop. So this is grandma. This would be great grandma. Great grandma. The sign for cat, for families who have a cat, that would be a big priority. If you don't have a cat, it's not such a big priority. This is the sign. It mimics the whiskers. That's a cat.
Sign for cat. Cat.
And then for dog, you tap on your thigh. So that's a dog. The full sign is where you tap and then go like this. But with babies, you can just use this part. Dog.
Sign for dog. Very good.
And then the sign for bubbles. It's like you're popping bubbles.
Bubbles? Do you want bubbles? Show me bubbles. Bubbles.